Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show we talk about all things gaming. My name is Killjoy. Today I want to talk about Xbox and their showcase and kind of what they showed off and, you know, what the future's kind of looking for them right now. Also, you can see I have one of the cats here. Decided she wants to join in. So, right, well, as you can see, I'm on IGN's website. They have put all of the stuff that was announced from the Xbox showcase together. So I'm just going to go through and give my thoughts on things that we saw and just an overall places where I think Xbox is right now. First thing they showed off was Fable. Now the only problem with this was that it was in-game, but there wasn't really any gameplay, and I'm going to be honest, like, if you're going to show off a big game, like, if you refuse to show gameplay, or at least say, hey, gameplay's coming on this date or whatever, I kind of lose interest, I'm going to be honest. And we saw this trailer, and it was funny, but I still don't know what this is. I know what Fable is, I know what the games are going to be like, but we have this game here, and it's just kind of like, yeah, cool. I still don't know what the game's going to play like, how modernized it is, things like that. So it's cool to see, but I don't think Fable's coming out until probably 2025, going via what they've got to show here, so there's that. That was one of the first things they showed off, and it does look cool. We'll see what happens when it comes to it. It seems to have a lot of British humour, which is good. We've also got the expansion pack for Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I didn't finish 2077. I don't think it's a terrible game, but it's also not, like, incredible, because there's just a lot of systems in play that just never felt like they were fully fleshed out. The trailer looks really cool for this. I'm sure it adds a lot to the game. I'm sure it makes the game a lot better. I'm not sure whether it takes place at the end, like at the end of the game, or it's like a spin-off during the game. But all in all, like, it looks cool. I don't think it's going to be bringing me personally back into playing Cyberpunk. I think I'm kind of done with that, unless some massive changes come to like the melee system, in which case I probably would. Then we've got Avowed, which is coming in 2024. Avowed looks really cool. Avowed just looks like a really good combination of like blasting things with magic and using melee weapons. It could be great, it could be terrible, who knows in time, but it is Obsidian, so I'm expecting some good humour. So it looked really fun, but a lot of what we got here was actual gameplay, and it was cool just seeing like you could use magic and then you could go, you've got a kick, you saw someone get kicked off of a cliff, which is great. You always want to have a good kick move. And I think this game coming out next year is going to be huge. I think this is going to be, as long as this game does well, this will be probably Microsoft's like big game next year, or at least one of them. And quite frankly, I am kind of curious about playing this game. It looks fun. It's what it needs to do. It looks fun and it looks colourful, and I'm for it. They announced this new Xbox Series X Terabyte. I'm not really going to spend any time on this. There's a new one coming. Starfield got a new trailer ahead of the direct. We'll get to Starfield at the end. We'll come back to that because there's a lot to say on that. We got a reveal of South of Midnight by Compulsion. Cool looking game. Looks very like mystical and like magic and stuff, but no gameplay, so it's kind of hard to really know what the game's about. Hopefully it's good, but that's about all I can say on it. We got I've seen gameplay of this game since then, but Star Wars Outlaws looks okay. I think I need to see more of it, but the idea is you're playing as a smuggler or an outlaw or something in the Star Wars universe. I need to see a lot more of it. Right now I'm kind of like, looks fun, but how Ubisoft is the game, so we'll see. Forza Motorsport just looks like Forza Motorsport. If you are into these games, you already know what to expect. If you're not, it's probably not going to bring you in. But they are cool games. They look really nice. It's like their equivalent of Gran Turismo. But they seem to be very, very positive games, and people seem to like them. Clockwork Revolution. Now that was an interesting one by In Exile. So these are the guys that did Wasteland. This game looks very much like BioShock, but you've got rewind mechanics and stuff in the game, so it's like an FPS with rewind mechanics and stuff going on. I like the look of it. I think it'll be fun. But again, need to see more. We actually did get to see gameplay though, so that was cool. So it looks fun, enough for me to be interested. I imagine this will be out next year or sometime like that. Well, it says in due time, so maybe next year, 2024, 2025. Looks fun though. I was never a massive fan of like the BioShock games, but this might pull me in. Oh yeah, this crazy game from the Persona team called Metaphor ReFantazio. Looks like Persona. just crazier. That's about all I can say about it. I've not really played Persona, but it has all that kind of fancy flash that you'd expect from a Persona game. So if you're into RPGs, this will probably be huge. Oh yeah, the weird 33 Immortals. So this is a like co-op, 33 player co-op game. We like sort of isometric-esque view. And it looks like you run do like raids or whatever together, and you run at the map and you fight enemies and stuff. Bit Hades looking. Yeah, kind of crazy idea for 33 player, but could be fun. Could be one of those drop in, drop out kind of games. It looked pretty good, but I think they need, like, when you have like small like indie games like this, like they need to do some crazy stuff. And I think this is what Xbox needs, is a lot of like good indie games and things like that coming to it. Payday 3 got shown off. I got to see some gameplay. I really liked Payday 2 of what I played of it, and I am all for Payday 3. I don't think this is exclusive to Xbox. And I should say, all of this stuff that I think got revealed is coming to Game Pass day one. But I will definitely be playing this. I'll be checking this out, because I think this is if this is just as good or better than the second one, then I'm all for it. Payday is just a heist game. You're doing all the heists, planning them out, a lot of fun. Persona 3 Reloaded officially revealed. They showed off a gameplay trailer, or a big trailer, gameplay, story, stuff like that, of just the remake or remaster. I don't know what it is. It is a remake. Just showing off the game, so it's huge. People will probably really enjoy that. Persona 5 Tactica, this is what I'm interested in. This is Persona 5 universe, basically, in a tactics style game. And I'm like, it's got a slightly different art style. It's a bit more like the DS games. But I hope this game comes to Switch, because I would really like to play this. I mean, it comes to Game Pass, so at the end of the day, I'll just play it on that. But I would like that one to come to Switch. But if you like your turn-based games, like XCOM, like Advance Wars, Fire Emblem, all those sort of things, this looks great. Oh, hell of a crossover here. Sea of Thieves and crossing over Monkey Island. Awesome idea. I'm glad that they're doing this. This actually looked really fun. I've never played Sea of Thieves. I've not had much interest in it. But I will say I do like the fact that this is it looks like a match made in heaven between that and Monkey Island. Seems great. The trailer's really funny. There's like apparently new gameplay. Just very, I love it because it's very silly humor. So, which is awesome to see, and it's free. So there you go. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So this was weird. I didn't know if this was a new one or an expansion, because we only got like one last year. But this is coming out on November 3rd, and this game will destroy your PC, most likely. It's coming to the consoles as well. And also at the end they were like, hey, June's coming out. Here's an ornithopter you can fly in. I'm like, what? Why is this a thing? But I'm really shocked that that this is basically coming out so soon after the other one. Maybe the last Microsoft Flight Simulator came out like further ago than I thought, but I thought it was like last year, but it might be longer than that. But they showed this off. It looked really cool. They're doing a lot with it, and I think if you like Flight Simulator, you're going to enjoy this. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. I will be honest, this trailer is really memorable, but this trailer does nothing for me. It's literally just her in a cave talking to some... I don't even know what she's talking to, with like this weird audio stuff going on in her head. I have no idea, and as much as it is cool seeing this game, this did not sell me on the game, so we'll see. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Weird, again, another weird trailer. Just shows this guy washing up in America. Actually English in the game, as well as him speaking Japanese. Very weird looking game, looks very silly, but if this series seems to do well, so I don't really know. I've not played any of the Yakuza or the Like a Dragon games, but maybe I should dive in. But it looked funny. It seemed like it had a fun bit to it. Fallout 76 expansion coming soon. I never played 76 because it was so buggy on launch. I may jump into it at some point in the future because they apparently fixed a lot of things, but this was not for me. This was for people that really like the game. It's cool that they're still working on it, but yeah, they didn't really do a lot for me personally. We got Path of Goddess, which was a weird Capcom, like, it looks like traditional Japanese stuff going on, lots of traditional demons, sword fighting. I don't even know what you're doing in this game. It looks kind of nuts, but it's very pretty. I'll give it that. Hopefully it ends up being quite good, because it looks like a combat, apparently it's like a tactical combat game or something, or strategic combat game, so could be really interesting. Came out of nowhere, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. Then you got the Banner Sagas guys showing off Towerborn, which is this like Streets of Rage side-on style, like beat 'em up. I think you jump from different place to place in co-op and beat the crap out of enemies. This actually looks really fun. I was like, okay, this is something that I could probably get behind and play. Like, it does look a lot of fun. But yeah, just an interesting thing from Banner Saga guys, you know, after them doing that. But yeah, it's side-on sort of beat 'em up hack and slashy sort of thing. Looks like it's co-op. Fairly straightforward. Nice art style too. This Still Wakes game, I think it's from Chinese Room. It's a first-person horror game. Not for me. Looks cool though. Looks like set on an oil rig in the middle of the ocean, but not for me. Oh, then we got this comic book game here, Dungeons of Hinterberg. This has got a very unique art style. It looks like it's ripped straight out of a comic book or like some kind of book of some kind. Like, it's hard to explain without watching the trailer, but it does look like it looks a little bit generic in terms of gameplay, but who knows. But the actual art style really stands out, and to be fair to these guys, they did a nice job making it look nice. Yeah, it's like a cel-shaded, yeah, like it says here, gorgeous cel-shaded, paintly art style, and you can definitely tell. Go watch the trailer for that one. It's like a third-person over-the-shoulder melee combat by the looks of it, so looks like it's going to be a bit of a crazy game. Could be really fun. Elder Scrolls Online getting a new thing. I don't really care about Elder Scrolls Online. It's an MMO. Not for me, but there you go, more content. Oh, this was cool. City Skyline 2 is coming to Game Pass this fall, so I really like City Skylines. It's on PC. I will probably play the second one. I just find, I don't know why, I've never really been into sim games, but I really like the simulations of City Skylines. I just think it's a really fun game. Oh yeah, this one. Jusant. This, you know, it's by Don't Nod, and I'm pretty sure Don't Nod are the guys that did Life is Strange. Now, I will say, I don't know who this game is for. Maybe for someone who likes a nice chill game, just wants to climb. It's like climbing in Breath of the Wild, and that's pretty much all you do. I don't think this is for me. I'm sure there's a really cool story in there somewhere, but yeah, not for me, this one. I just was like, I don't know if I want to spend my time climbing. And that was pretty much it. They might have had some other minor announcements, but the fact that we are getting, Microsoft are actually showing off a lot of the games, and all of this stuff here is coming to Game Pass day one, which is, you know, ideal. Honestly, like, it's just good to see that there's so many games coming. I think the fact that they got Clockwork Revolution, they got Forza Motorsports, they've got their South of Midnight game. Oh, Starfield. We'll get to that in a sec. As well as Avowed and Fable. Like, actually seeing a lot of these games is really, really good. Starfield, let's talk about that, because this was a game that when I very first saw it last year, I was like, looks a little bit generic, but could be fun. Having seen more of it, I actually think this game looks quite good. Now, we will have to see how that handles when it comes out, because it could be hella buggy at launch. This is Bethesda we're talking about. But the concepts of the things that you can do here, like, you know, you can build your own spaceship, you can fly to these different planets, you can set up colonies on those planets, you can mine resources if you want, you can space pirate if you want, there's space combat, there's massive sprawling cities. It seems like there's a lot in this game, and I can understand why this game has taken so long for them to make, and it's probably good that they delayed it by a year, let's be honest. I think I will probably try this out, because it's coming to Game Pass day one, which is crazy for a game this size. I might not get it day one, because I want to see how it runs, how well it's performing and things like that. I might get it a few days later once the reviews are out and all that. But as of right now, this game does look fun, and for me, like, the combat looks really good as well. Rumor has it, I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but rumor has it that I think it was id Software came in and helped out with the gunplay. Don't quote me on that, that's just something I saw on a podcast. And that's really cool, because the gunplay does look really good. It looks like there's a nice mix of weapons. The visuals are nice. There seems to be a lot of content in this game that you can do as a player. The sad thing is, this game is locked at 30 frames on Series S and X. PC it probably won't be, but it's unfortunate. I hope that they can figure out a way of changing that, maybe downgrading the graphics a little bit. I know they've done it for consistency, but still, in this day and age, you know, games should be on these consoles running at 60. But all in all, I think Starfield actually looks pretty fun, and it's something that I want to personally play and try out when it comes out. So I think this was the sort of showing that Microsoft needed. Now, I'm not like a big Microsoft fanboy or anything, but I do like the fact that they have, like, They've still got Perfect Dark coming whenever that comes out, but you know, like Fable and all these other big franchises, Starfield looks good. I think this year and next year, especially next year, like Avowed is the one I'm probably the most interested in. When all these games do come out, it'll be interesting to see, because obviously Redfall came out, flopped very hard. Let's see if they can turn it around. They've got Forza and Starfield this year, and then hopefully next year they've got other games. But all in all, those are my thoughts on it. I think Microsoft are in a good, hopefully a good showing for the next couple of years, and will have stuff to release. Most of the things they showed off looked good. Anyway, that will do it for me today then, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, if you like the video, hit like. If you want to see more content like this, then hit subscribe. Links for Facebook and Twitter will be down below in the description, as always. And until next video, I will see you then.